Welcome back to Mark Holowitz Vlog, everyone. Thanks for joining in again on this beautiful kind of a day. Today, you know what? It's going to be a little bit of a different scenario. I'd love taking out the Jag or even a Lamborghini when the sun's shining on a beautiful day. Well, lo and behold, I can't do that today. The sun's shining, the weather's right, but I just can't get it done. Partially because if you look on the Jag, you'll notice the hood is partially open and you'll notice I have a battery charge or basically a charger going. So I was working on it last night. I was playing around with an OBD2 code reader that I just received in the mail from a sponsor for the other channel. I was monkeying around with it on there. I don't know if that was the cause, but apparently when I came out to see the car this morning, the battery was dead. Don't know why. I did notice the door was ajar on the driver door, so maybe that had something to do with it. So of course, a lot of you guys are probably aware of the problem. It's written all over the internet and the forums. And of course, if you own an F-Type yourself, you've probably seen or maybe encountered someone who's had the same problem, where after you unplug your OBD2 code reader or whatever the dongle that you've got, often what it ends up doing is discharging the battery if you don't somehow disconnect it. So what a lot of people are doing online is they're pulling the battery connection, reconnecting it after they're done using their code reader. That seems very counterproductive. It doesn't seem like a great design. Quite frankly, it seems like a bit of a flaw. I may have learned the hard way. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know if it was related to me using the code reader or if it was related to leaving a door open, or I was even playing on the app for a while last night. I don't know what it was, but either way, we have a problem. Now, the other issue, of course, because the car is parked here, we couldn't take the Lambo out. I know it's first world problems. I don't mean to sound like that, but the reality is we couldn't take either of the cars out on a sunny day when the sun's shining and it's just great. Because we do like to spend time. We always take a trip down to what we like to call a little place called White Ave here in Edmonton. White Ave and 109th. There's a few spots we always cruise around there, and we often like to stop for nachos. And so we'll probably take a cab just so me and the wife can sort of kick off our first visit to one of our little stops, our little nacho stops there. First one for the year. And then, of course, lo and behold, hopefully by that time, the Jag is ready to rock and roll. And then hopefully I will have no more problems. So I'll keep you updated on that. But first of all, we're going to grab a cab. You guys let me know if this has happened to you too, if you've heard of this issue, and if it's something you've personally dealt with. So let's go. We often like to come down here to White Ave, basically White Ave and 109th Street. Here in Edmonton, and we stop at one of it's a seedy little spot, to be honest. I find it a little bit grungy, but you know what? It's great, and there's always, great opportunities for some beer and nachos.
Your salsa too, please.
Extra salsa, you like guacamole?
No.
To us and for fun in the sun. Okay, so we're just getting out of the cab here. The cab's gone. Now let's see if the car's gonna work. So let's give the car a try, see if it'll run. So far, I'm keeping the fingers crossed. Seems like the battery's charged. So it sounds like in some cases there was a user enhancement campaign done for a lot of the cars. I guess it was a software update. And I'm not sure if that's what the software update I received or not. The dealer never really said exactly what it was, other than it sounded like it was related to this. But you know what? If you look around, I must say the car actually looks very peaceful right now. The dark looks very, very mesmerizing in here. And actually, everything looks very stealthy right now. I like the looks of it with the lights out. Even on the dash, it looks very stealthy. But enough about that. Let's see if Gooch will start today. Let's give it a go. Voila, we're good. We're back in business. What I'm going to do is go for a short little drive, just make sure that everything's still tickety-boo. I don't see any faults or codes or anything on the dashboard. Look right here. Some guys are saying you get the triangle of, I guess, death here somewhere on the dash, telling you that there's been some sort of a problem. But I don't seem to have any kind of an issue here right now, so it looks like the issue's sorted. So whether it was related to using the OBD2 code reader, or again, whether I did know I left the door open or partially open, it was ajar. Maybe there's any other reasons. I don't know. Lights left on. I'm not sure. I would have thought a car like this would be smart enough to know the difference, but we'll find out soon. Let's go for a drive. just take that as a bit of a lesson. I mean, the car's running really, really great right now, but this is just it seems to be the trend where the modern cars are going now. It's all electronics, it's all digital, and you know, having a low voltage or having a problem in the system electrically can just wreak havoc. I mean, even my old 2005 Lamborghini Gallardo is a lot simpler car than this, if you can believe it. I mean, it's loaded with sensors and other little things that can cause you grief and wreak havoc there too, but the Jag certainly has, you know, 2 layers above in terms of technical complexity over the Lamborghini even, and whoever thought a Lambo would be a very basic car, but in a lot of ways it kind of is. I mean, even the all-wheel drive system it's still mechanically connected with a drive shaft, and so there's still fundamentally very simple aspects to driving the Lamborghini, and that's what I love about it. But really, honestly guys, the car's back on the road. I love it. Again, there's really not much to dislike about the Jag. That was probably more user error than anything else, and I wouldn't blame the car for something like this. I think all it does is point out how complex vehicles are and how sensitive they can be to kind of messing around with. So again, as a car guy, you know, when the sun's shining and it's nice to go for a drive, the things that can really take the wind out of your sails are a car that's not running properly, and that's kind of what I experienced today. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, there's worse things in life for sure, but that has had an impact to my day, and so we've had to make some alterations, but it was still a great opportunity to spend a little time with my wife. So in this case, it was a bit of a blessing in disguise. Even though I didn't get to enjoy the cars as much as I would have liked to today, I did manage to get to spend a lot more time with my wife. And, you know, honestly, it's those moments really that do make it all worthwhile, because happy wife, happy life. And a big part of the enjoyment of these cars is having someone to enjoy it with and share it with. Of course, in this case, my wife, my kids. So that's about it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Short, sweet, but to the point. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'd love to hear more from you. It's all about, after all, the car lifestyle and the supercar lifestyle. So hope to see you real soon. Catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.